Happy New Year, everybody. I was diving deep and studying the history of my childhood hero, Will Smith. I can relate to him. He saved the world so many times, not only on Independence Day, and not only he defended us from alien invaders in Men in Black. I really liked this man, and I find him sympathetic till today. But now a new layer comes to that, and that is that I feel like he experienced something very similar to me, and that even all money in the world and infinite resources cannot protect him. Instead, this makes him even more vulnerable to narcissistic abuse. Let's make no mistake about it. And before I proceed in the video, I need to tell you I am biased. And yes, in this video, I suggest, or my bias is, that Jada Pinkett Smith seems to me as having strong sociopathic and narcissistic traits. And she is a master manipulator, in my opinion, from my point of view. And I am biased. Okay? So, let's make no mistake about it. Will Smith is the grade A main supply for her. She chose him as her supply. Narcissists need 4S: sex, safety, supply, and service. Will Smith gave all of this to her. But to keep him and coerce him and extract as much as possible from him, she needs to make him dependent of her and break down his confidence, his integrity. She has to emasculate him, because that's her personal structure. That is how she is operating. The light is really bad for the video. Maybe this is better. So how does she do it? The vulnerability of Will Smith is that he is interested in a I'm just analyzing my own body language while I watch the video. He is interested in the image of his family. He has crafted a multi-million-dollar brand, and he has invested all his life in creating a brand. Will Smith is a brand, and a part of that is the American dream, a family. And this is why he is accepting all the stupidness and all the manipulation she does, and she leverages against him. And she is only finished when Will Smith is completely destroyed. This is when Jada Smith is finished with him. So, as long as he holds on to her, she will hurt him. And what she does is she needed a double triangulation to get under his skin and dysregulate him. And the only reason she can do all of this is because she knows that he is interested in presenting the picture to the outside of a family. Because Will Smith is the good guy in the movies and in real life. And a good guy is not divorcing, a good guy is trying to keep the family together. A good guy is fruitful. A good guy pushes through. A good guy takes the blame on himself. And this is what breaks Will Smith at the moment. This is what he is battling with. So Jada Pinkett Smith needed a double triangulation with him. She used first of all Tupac. So remember, Will Smith is the supply for her. He is her choice, but she is not admitting it. She is not showing it to the outside. She has to break him down, so he is willingly giving to her, and she has the control. What she needs is Tupac. She is hiding her own insignificance and her own absence of any personal traits. She has no role. She is not a mother that is taking responsibility or accountability or functions in the family. The only thing that she wants to be is a savior for herself and for others. That is the role she wants to project to the outside. In reality, or maybe victim too, okay? In reality, she is nothing but a persecutor. And what she does is she hides her absence and insignificance behind a person like Tupac. And she says, he had the capability to love me the way I want to be loved. And we had a deep intellectual connection. And what we see there is co-idealization. So Jada was able to mirror Tupac's greatness back to Tupac. And this is why Tupac was amazed by her. She made Tupac feel himself. And this felt good for Tupac, because Tupac is a big personality. And she also says, and she suggests that she had an intellectual relationship to him, a deep intellectual relationship, and so on. This means that she was in some way on a level with him. But why is she not having the same charismatic, authentic appearance as him? Why does she not have near as much success as he has? Why does she use this big figure, Tupac, one of the biggest figures, he's a legend? Why is she using this to sell her book? Because she suggests that if you want to know about Tupac, you need to buy her book, Worthy. I'm also promoting her book here. Please buy it and read it. So she hides behind an iconic personality and tries to shine through him. And she also leverages this against Will Smith. I have a conspiracy theory, but this is, of course, just conspiracy. Maybe the leverage goes even further. Maybe, in Hollywood, a lot of sacrifices are being made. People die. Next to Jennifer Lopez, around Beyoncé, people die. And the circumstances are very unclear in many cases. So the industry needs sacrifices. And maybe Tupac was another sacrifice. And behind that, indifferent people. There stand indifferent people in the background. People like Jada Smith. Because she leverages Tupac against Will Smith. Will Smith knows a lot of influential people. It's dangerous to let other men fight each other just for the selfish needs of Jada Pinkett to be recognized as something that she is not. The second person that she needed to humiliate and control Will Smith to get him smaller down to her level finally is I always forget him, he's so insignificant. His name is something with A in the beginning. Yeah, you can check it out. It's a young man that was sick and depressed, and he has both mental and physical problems and a family. He was a friend of Jaden Smith, in fact, of the son, and he was a young man and came to as a victim to the family, and the family wanted to help him. And this is where Jada's savior complex kicked in, and she preyed on him, predatory, parasitic, preying on a young man on the lowest part of his existence, and a grown-ass wife preys on this man, on this boy, okay? And what the effect of this is, it means she takes a young man that is in the status much lower than Will Smith. He's a victim himself. He's sick at this moment. And she suggests, Will, this victim can give something to me that you can't give to me. You need to understand this is all manipulation. Will Smith is the grade A supply, and as Sam Wagner pointed out, the supply of a narcissist is superior to the narcissist because the narcissist needs the supply. So Jada needs Will Smith. And she shows this by suggesting to Will that Tupac is superior to him, and this guy, man, I gotta remember his name. It's not Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter is another sacrifice to the industry. Wait a second. Okay, let me call him Anakin Skywalker. And yeah, this boy, she needed to humiliate him because Will Smith is there to show. Tupac is there to show Will Smith there is a bigger personality than you, and this personality could give me what I want. And Anakin Skywalker is there to show Will Smith that even a very insignificant, sick person is superior to you. And this is based on an insecurity, inferiority complex, and a fragile ego of Jada. Because she needs to break down the authentic, rooted confidence and ego of Will Smith to her level in order to feel superior. And this is why she is only finished with Will Smith when he is destroyed. And as long as he holds on to try to keep this family together, he makes himself vulnerable to all kinds of abuse. And whatever you look at, whatever Jada is putting out on the internet, whatever it is aimed to picture her as a victim, as a savior, as a person on a healing journey that heals everybody. Yet what she does is destroying the family. Will Smith tries to keep it together, but he is pictured the goal is to picture him as a dysregulated person that in the end is the persecutor. This is the end goal, and we will see how far she will get in her destructive, malignant, narcissistic attempt to do this. Yeah. So you can really watch any videos. There's a lot of interesting things. This red table talk. There is a body language analyst that analyze her. There is a talk with a diary with a CEO where she really shows her grandiosity. You see the emptiness in her eyes, the cold gaze of her, and she never ever talks about her functions or roles as a mother. She never ever talks in a good way of Will Smith or in a convincing way that he is trying so hard that he sacrifices everything, all his fruitful, resourceful, energetic way to try to save this family. She never does this. She only speaks about herself, her childhood trauma, and how she's on a healing journey and how worthy she is. All right? So, this is the perfect case to show the subtle ways of abuse, because Jada cannot show overt abuse. She has to use very subtle ways that the public is not seeing. She needs to use triangulation, re-narration of the past, her book. And the perversion is that she uses Will Smith and Tupac, big personalities, to sell a book about her, an insignificant personality, to re-narrate the past in a way that is acceptable for her. It can't get more perverted, okay? And Will Smith is to this day playing this game. He is not accusing her. He is not ranting on her, you know? If he want to break free from this form of abuse, he has to go no contact with her and speak out the truth about how she hurt him and how she made the family dysfunctional in the first place, because she's not taking responsibility, accountability, or playing a supportive, nourishing, surrounding role as the divine feminine spirit should be able to do and manifest in a family. Okay? He is alone in this family. And this is also why he can't function. A resourceful, fruitful, motivated, energetic, fertile man can only function if he has a counterpart. And he has not a counterpart. And he maybe never will. And this is also the fate and the destiny of many of us. We give it one chance in life to find the right partner, and I think 80 or 90% of humanity fails to do this. We never live in an equally yoked relationship. And Will Smith is one of us sharing this fate. Will Smith and Jaden, I love you. You're still the heroes. And Jaden, I can relate to you as well very much. I am also an intuitive introvert, and my father wanted the best for me. He fought for me. Yet we cannot, and when I say we, I mean Jaden and me, we cannot develop ourselves. We cannot spread our wings if another person is taking control of our lives and writes the the story of the movie that we should play, even though they want the best for us. No. So, Jaden, you really have the hardest fate of all here. Jaden, you have an almost unsolvable problem. You have to be the strongest of all. Jada is not present. She's not at home. She's in a post-traumatic conditions since she's between 2 or 7 years old. She is a child and she is dumb. She's dead mother. Your father is struggling. Your father tries to keep something together. Your father is wondering what happened to his dream. But you are the child. You are that what is having a future. And you have the hardest role of all the three. Let's face it,